Arduino Magia Lopez al basso.
Ma che bello! Ciao! Hello! Hello, my friends!
Hi,
Hello, hello, hello! Did you
Hi
miss
guys,
me? Did you miss me?
Jeppy,
we miss you so much.
Jeppy, we have to tell you something.
Yes, tell
We
me.
love you.
Ah, I love you too. Hello, guys, from Romania, Sweden. Emilio, how many other countries are represented here? Egypt.
Let me do a fast check. So,
Yeah.
Armenia, Brazil, Romania, Sweden, UK, Australia. What time is it? What
Algeria,
Australia? It's should be quite
Morocco,
Turkey,
Turkey.
Netherlands, Uzbekistan, Argentina. We are coming, guys. We are coming in Argentina this year.
Sì.
South Africa.
Yes, South Africa, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Country.
5 a.m. in Melbourne. Oh, by the way, ragazzi, today is an historical day because Yannick Sinner, an Italian tennis player, won the tournament in Melbourne, which is one of the 4 big slam.
The Australian Open.
The Australian.
Australia.
Yes,
Really?
yes. He won
Congratulations.
in 5 sets against Medvedev. Yeah.
Great success.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Come on, you want to win everything. You won the world champion in football. You won.
Come on. We won the world champion in football 12 years ago. Come on. Yeah.
It was 12 years ago. What did you win recently? You won something recently.
The European.
The European. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but you won it all.
Yeah, come on. But in tennis, it was last time that someone won a slam was Adriano Panatta in 1976.
Oh,
Imagine. It's a long time.
Bravo, bravo,
8 years
bravo.
ago.
Very good.
Ok, ragazzi, how was your week?
Sebastiano, I didn't see Sebastiano. Sebastiano,
Sì,
show.
sì, Sebastiano was there.
Sebi, we missed you so much last Sunday. Do you know this?
Yeah.
Do you know that no Sebi, no happy hour?
Yes, of course. Of course, we had the assistant of Francesco, but Francesco was had a very limited training by Sebastiano. So, anyway, ragazzi, question of the week.
Let's go.
Question of the week. Oh, combined NEVI are easy to diagnose, difficult to diagnose, sometimes difficult to diagnose.
Come on.
Eh?
Come on.
Yeah, say hello.
Oh, hello.
Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
Who is he? Remind us the name.
Rudy.
Rudy.
Rudy. No. Go.
What a surprise, the answer.
Sometimes difficult to diagnose, 79%. Wonderful. And do you guess what is the topic of the episode?
Yes. Yeah.
Combined NEVI. What is a combined nevus?
I will show you in a moment what is a combined because I have also my first suggestion for the quote of the week about combined NEVI, which is related to the definition of combined NEVI. You will see.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So we have to remind to everybody to suggest quotes related to the topic of the day. So we will have then at the end of the season a kind of let's say prize for the best quote. Good.
Not only the prize, we will look what we are going to have. I will show you.
Yeah.
Show you in a moment. So since anyhow I have to share my screen. So we will have in the end of this season a very nice list, like this, with 20 quotes, everyone with a concept behind. And I don't know, we should do something with this afterwards. It's gonna be very nice. So let me remind you the two quotes that are already approved by the audience in the previous 2 weeks. The first one was overdiagnosis exists, so what? The second was look for the arrogant guy.
Yes. Yes. This is nice.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good collection for sure. And we're going to see what we're going to do with this. So should we go with combined NEVI? Why not?
Yes, please. Emilio, show us the...
Of the week. Listen, sometimes, because we do not want to be arrogant, sometimes we have to select papers not from the best journal, from time to time.
Time to time,
But from other journals which are, less important than DPC. So that's why, in order not to be characterized as arrogant, we selected this week a paper from another journal that I will show you in a moment. So we will speak today about lesions that combine two different patterns. For example, here you see something that could be characterized as an eccentric blotch, in the sense that this is a structureless pigmentation not in the center of the lesion. And this blotch could be theoretically considered as suspicious because it's eccentric. And as we many times repeat, a regular blotch should be centrally located, or it should cover, let's say, the entire lesion, but not eccentrically. Therefore, an eccentric blotch is by definition considered as suspicious. That's why, in order to try to elaborate a little bit more the problem with combined NEVI, a couple of years ago, we decided with the IDS to conduct a multi-centric study in order to collect a good number of cases. This study was led by Elena Stojkovic from Serbia, and it was supervised by Harald. So finally, it was published in the GADV. What we did back then was to ask two IDS members to contribute with cases of histopathologically diagnosed combined blue NEVI. Obviously, already based on the selection criterion, we consider it's sure that these lesions are somehow strange because they were histopathologically confirmed, therefore excised. We did not include cases that were not confirmed histopathologically because of the study design. We needed to have a gold standard. And we were able to collect, after excluding some records that were not available, that were not treatable for some reason, eventually we included in the study 111 histopathologically confirmed combined blue NEVI. Now, we also needed a control group to compare them with something in order to extract conclusions on the diagnostic significance of certain criteria. So the test group was created by an open call to IDS members. The control group should be what? When you want to compare combined nevus, what should you use as a control in order to make sense? Obviously, you should include melanomas that are that display, at least to some extent, blue color. So what we did, what the study coordinators did in order to find melanomas with blue color is that they scanned the ISIC archive, and they were able to identify a number of melanomas with a focus of blue color at least, and they were able to find 132. Therefore, we had a good white balanced sample size with 111 in the test group, 132 in the control group. Now, what we assessed in the evaluation process was several things. First, we assessed if the lesion was flat or raised based on the clinical photograph, of course. And then we assessed the dermatoscopic images. Two evaluators assessed the dermatoscopic images. About what? Scoring what? Scoring. First of all, the blue part. All these lesions, by definition, by the inclusion criteria, all these lesions included the blue part because they were either blue combined NEVI or melanomas with blue. Therefore, for sure, there was a blue part. So we assessed the blue part itself concerning the proportion, how much of the lesion it covers, if it's well-defined or not, if it's central or eccentric, if peripherally it touches the edge or not. These were the features of the blue part that we assessed. And then we also assessed the entire lesion. First of all, if it was asymmetric, chaotic or not. And second, the presence of the so-called melanoma-specific criteria that you can see in the list. So that was the study design. In addition to this, we used the AI model that was created during the HAM 10,000 project. So an algorithm with a proven high performance in classifying lesions. We used this algorithm on these 250 lesions. Of course, the algorithm provided just an outcome, if it was nevus or melanoma. That these were the two outcomes provided by the AI model. Now, results. First, age. In the melanoma group, it was higher, the age. Older people, the ones with melanoma. Makes sense, of course. It's reasonable. Concerning sex, no difference. Concerning the anatomic side, there was the main difference is that, as you can see, the head and neck area, the percentage is a little bit higher in the nevus group as compared to the melanoma group, while the lower extremities, it's the opposite. It's high, double almost in the melanoma group as compared to the NEVI group. And melanomas were more frequently raised as compared to NEVI. This difference was statistically significant, but you can see the percentages, they are not that much different in fact. Okay, so concerning the features of the blue area, you can see first that a statistically significant difference in the second row. So in melanoma, the blue area was more frequently not well defined. And you can also see statistically significant difference in the third row, which means that the blue lesion in melanoma was almost always eccentric, 95%. However, I have to say that also in blue NEVI, it was usually eccentric, so 77%. Of course, the difference is important, but still 77% of combined NEVI, the blue lesion is eccentric. What is particularly interesting was the result on the analysis of melanoma-specific structures, because here is, in my view, the main difference. Not that much in the overall symmetry. Of course, you can see that there is a statistically significant difference also in the overall symmetry. Melanoma is more frequently chaotic as compared to combined NEVI, but still 50% more or less of combined NEVI are chaotic. So there is a difference, but it's not that huge. The huge difference is on the prevalence of melanoma-specific criteria. You see here, for example, white lines, white shiny lines, they were just present in 1 or 2% of NEVI, while they were present in 50% or 40% of melanoma. Here there is a big difference. The same for pseudopods, the same for thick reticular lines, the same for polymorphous vessels. So melanoma-specific criteria are not present in blue NEVI, and this is a big difference. A particularly important one was the difference in the white shiny lines, as I will show you in a moment. The comparison between human raters and AI in this experiment was not important, so they performed equally well in discriminating combined NEVI from melanoma, the algorithm and the human raters. In conclusion, the main finding of the study is that combined NEVI, what do we see in combined NEVI? Structureless blue combined with brown globules or network or structureless. Therefore, combined blue color combined with what? With one of the main patterns of NEVI. Network, globules, or structureless. Whereas in melanoma, we see structureless blue combined with white shiny lines, almost, not always, but very frequently, plus another melanoma-specific criterion. To rephrase it, and here comes the moment that I have to suggest my quote. My quote says that a combined nevus is a nevus plus a nevus. Therefore, you should expect to see a nevus and a nevus, meaning blue color, but then the remaining should also be a nevus, meaning which are the patterns of NEVI, reticular, globular, homogeneous. Okay, therefore, in a combined nevus, you should see a reticular nevus plus a blue nevus. Or in a globular nevus, you should see a globular nevus plus a blue nevus. So the remaining part of the lesion should correspond to a nevus. Okay? And the same also for structureless NEVI. Structureless brown together with an area of structureless blue. Why? In melanoma, this is not the case. So these are the patterns of combined NEVI. And now let's see. So this is the proposed quote of the week. A combined nevus is a nevus plus a nevus. And let's see an example. You see the structureless blue area, which is eccentric, okay? But then the remaining area is a nevus with a reticular pattern, okay? And here we can see this nice photograph. On the left of the black line, there are NEVI with eccentric blue blotch, but the remaining part corresponds to one of the nevus patterns. While on the right side of the line, you can see blue blotch together with white shiny lines. Look, in all these three examples, we can see white shiny lines on the blue blotch. And then the remaining part, we can see melanoma-specific criteria, like, here, atypical network regression, irregular streaks in the upper case. So we see additional melanoma-specific criteria, and this makes sense because melanomas with blue color are advanced melanomas. Therefore, they should be featureful. I conclude with these two examples. So maybe the lesion is a little bit ugly, but if we analyze, we see the blue part, and the remaining is just a network. So reticular nevus and the blue nevus together. Okay. While in the next one, the blue part is eccentric. There are also some white shiny structures, but mainly at the remaining part of the lesion, we don't see a nevus pattern. We see a regression, maybe some white shiny lines, so not something corresponding to a nevus. And here you can see the difference. So the blue area appears similar, not identical, because in the right part we can also see white shiny streaks, but the main difference is the remaining part of the lesion. And that was the
Wonderful.
nice paper of Elena and Harald.
Of the IDS.
Of
Yeah.
the IDS.
That's a very good and optimistic paper, let me tell you, because combined nevi are quite rare, and therefore when you see one of them, it's not so, we usually feel not so confident, but I think this is a good guideline to feel more confident. There is a potential quote which I find extremely nice. If you can't make mistakes, then you can't make decisions either.
Yes.
Nice,
I like it.
I like it.
Definitely a candidate quote. We will add it in the end. We will vote.
Exactly. Then there is a good question. What percentage of combined nevi is exhibiting blue color? So, and this is bringing to the topic, theoretically, any kind of nevi can combine each other. So Spitz and the Clark, a Spitz and the congenital, a Clark and the congenital. But as a matter of fact, blue nevi combined with superficial congenital nevi are the most common type of combined nevi. Yeah.
By the way, before we proceed with your cases and then with the discussion, I think that from last week we owe to show a video that was not working last week. So let's see for a moment.
Yes.
Hello everybody, welcome to the new season of Happy Hour. You must love Dermoscopy. That's what we do too. And we prepared an incredible offer, an incredible promotion for the Happy Hour. That's the QR code. Scan it now and you will find the Photo Finder 4th generation with incredible integration of the artificial intelligence and the mole gallery in fully new workflow, fast and perfect overview for you about all the lesions that you document. And of course, in the 4th generation, we have the NISMA, a wireless device that is connected to your database. You can work in all the rooms and take global photography, clinical photography, UV light, cross-polarized light, a lot of opportunities. Scan the QR code and find your Happy Hour promotion. You will not regret. And don't forget, we love Dermoscopy.
Very good. I like this, that you can go through the rooms. This will be very nice. You will be very, the patients will be very excited. Yeah.
Bravo, Sebastiano. Bravo.
Oh, case of the week. But in the meanwhile, one more question. Could you give some extra clues on the borders engagement? So the fact that you were explaining about the fact that melanoma, the blue color is really going out, touching the border, while in blue nevi is not touching the border. Do you think this is
no, that was not statistically significant difference. The percentages were very similar. The difference concerning the blue area was that in melanoma usually it's not well defined, while a blue nevus has the tendency to be better defined. But I have to admit that this is not so easy to assess always.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to say a difference, that was the difference concerning the blue area.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Why don't
Molto bene, molto bene.
show the cases and then
Yes, I'm going to show a few cases, which you can see here. Of course, that's the point I wanted to make before while answering the question. As a matter of fact, the most common type of combined nevus is the combination of a blue nevus and congenital nevus. Okay, and this is obviously understandable because blue nevi and congenital nevi belong more or less to the same spectrum of predetermined type of nevi, congenital. Also, blue nevi are, let's say, in some way considered congenital. So two cell populations of the same family of nevi. The problem is the fact that, of course, it's not we don't see them every day. So when we see a situation like this, as you can imagine, it's not so easy to be confident and not to excise a lesion like this. Still, now we have this criteria. White lines look extremely important to decide if a lesion should be excised or not. Here, I would say that this is showing, this blue and congenital nevus is showing in the bluish part white lines, therefore the lesion was excised. But this is a clear-cut melanoma explaining the point, Of course, you can have in a superficial spreading melanoma an area with blue color, as you can see here, central right of the lesion. But of course, you see lots of things ongoing in the superficial part of the lesion, and a typical network, of course, skin markings, which, by the way, it's not an obvious criterion, but we see some melanomas showing prominent skin markings. And of course, in the bluish part, you see let's say an area which is not very well roundish, very, very well circumscribed. Is usually not very well circumscribed and showing, as also you can see in this case, white, shiny white streaks or areas. In a situation like this, in my view, we can feel more confident, right? Because we see a very tiny small spot of a bluish coloration in the context of a small congenital nevus with comma vessels, not very much pigmented lesion. Therefore, in this case, I must say I feel a little bit more confident to diagnose this lesion as a combined nevus and maybe not to excise it.
Because here we see a nevus plus a nevus. So
nevus plus a nevus, exactly.
If we imagine the lesion without the blue part, we would say this is a dermal nevus.
Exactly. That's the point. In my view, also here, we can feel a little, let's say, quite confident because although the bluish component is not well circumscribed, but still is a small spot within a hypopigmented type of small congenital nevus. What about this one? Again, in my view, this is the morphology we expect to find from a combined nevus. So in this case, a larger spot of regularly shaped bluish coloration, well circumscribed, and all around you see a globular pattern of a small congenital nevus. But what about this lesion here? Guys, are you going to excise it or not?
Yes.
Of course, as you can see, this is a 60-something year old lady, lesion located on the leg, clinically very ugly. And of course, the lesion was excised and it was diagnosed as a combined nevus. So in a case like this, come on, I mean, it's not it's not a problem. We have to excise it. We have to excise a lesion like this because it cannot be diagnosed as a combined nevus with sufficient confidence. What about this other lesion here?
Which, by the way, clinically looks terrible.
Looks terrible. Exactly. Yeah.
Also, the next one looks terrible clinically.
Hey, come on. You know, also this one, I'm not sure I will be brave enough to say, oh, it's a combined nevus. Let's leave it there.
Dermatoscopically, according to what we said today, it should be a combined nevus.
Yes, exactly. But of course, it depends. Yeah, it depends from the confidence. In a case like this, we didn't feel confident enough. The lesion was excised and it was diagnosed as a combined nevus. What about this lesion here? What do you think?
Congenital?
You know, the problem here is that we see a bluish coloration in the center, but the bluish coloration is not well circumscribed, is not, let's say, a roundish or oval component of the lesion, but it's more asymmetric, despite the fact that all around it doesn't look so bad because it's a very tiny network, maybe some irregular dots and globules, but it's not an impressive case. But again, the lesion was excised, and this was a melanoma, guys. Yeah.
It was a melanoma developing on a nevus.
Yes,
On
exactly.
nevus, yeah.
A congenital nevus.
Exactly. That's the problem, you know? So if you look now carefully at the bluish area, you see that we are speaking about something completely different, you know, because this bluish area is not comparable to this bluish area, is not comparable even to this bluish area, and of course not to this one, you know? So in some way here we can make the difference.
Blanding suggests in the chart there are white lines here. They are quite...
Yes, completely true. White lines again, of course. Some more cases. By the way, I like very much the spectrum of combined lesions, but not only. I like very much the spectrum of collision tumors. This is something we can see quite often in the real clinical setting. For example, look at this ugly looking lesion clinically, dermoscopically. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. It's not a combined nevus, it's a collision tumor of two benign lesions, seborrheic keratosis and reticular nevus, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And one more here, again, very ugly from a clinical point of view. Oh, look.
Nice. Well, angioma, well, the lesion underneath is not so well seen, unfortunately, but let's hope it's going to be a nevus.
Yes, it's a nevus. It's a nevus, a reticular nevus combined with an hemangioma, a cherry angioma. This is also very nice, let me tell you. Of course, collisions are not only happening between two benign things, but also a benign and a malignant one.
Yeah. BCC and seborrheic keratosis.
Exactly. BCC and dermal nevus on the left side.
Nevus here.
Yeah, dermal nevus on the left. Yes. BCC on the right and dermal on the left. This is something I saw quite often in the practice. This is a collision between dermatofibroma and the nevus.
And the nevus.
Yeah, it's happening quite. I mean, it's rare, but sometimes we can see them. And this is a very special patient, having two lesions, one on the shoulder, left shoulder, and the other one on the right arm. And here you see, impressive. You see, we have, of course, a melanoma on the right side, but the lesion on the left, it's not a melanoma as we expected. Yeah, but it's a combination of solar lentigo and a blue nevus. So it's not a combined nevus, it's a collision again, because we are speaking about a non-melanocytic lesion, a solar lentigo, with a melanocytic nevus combined together. Wonderful. These were my cases, guys.
So wait.
Cases.
Because I'm updating the slide about the quads. I cannot see. I cannot see the questions that were there before,
Ah,
unfortunately, and
that's
that
right.
I don't think that I can solve. I remember just one question that was concerning management. Can appear later.
Could the blue part of a combined nevus appear later?
Well,
It's a question which is not easy to answer. I would say why not? Because blue nevi can appear later in life.
It's an acquired nevus, anyway.
Sorry, Nisa?
It's an acquired nevus, so it can happen.
Yes,
theoretically it can happen.
theoretically it can happen. Yeah.
There was a question about management. If you're not sure, you excise it, obviously. But if you decide not to excise it, what should you do concerning follow-up? That was the question. If you want to comment. Do you want to comment?
Sorry.
If you decide to follow up a blue nevus, a combined nevus, what do you do? I mean, you check after what? After 5, 6
Well,
months?
I would say that in a case, this is a good question. This is a good question because I would say that I don't give myself the option of follow-up. Either I know it's a combined nevus for sure, so I don't need a follow-up, or
Same here.
I need a follow-up, then it's better to excise it immediately.
Yeah. Yes. In the unlikely case that you select a follow-up, it should be quite short, by the way,
3
but
months.
it's
3
not a good idea because when the lesion is blue, therefore, if it's a melanoma, it's not a superficial melanoma. The predominant dermatoscopic pattern can be predicted based on the patient's age. Yes, if the patient is very young, the likelihood of a globular pattern is higher, but this is not black and white. I mean, because all the patterns exist also in the early age. Any comments regarding combined spits? These are more tricky ones, of course. Raymonds, hi Raymonds. Of course, they are very tricky, but what comment about combined spits? They should be excised anyhow.
Yeah.
They are usually very ugly, very.
Yes.
In the study, we did not have any combined spits.
Yeah.
A suggestion for a quote: when you want to diagnose a possible melanoma, don't push the wrong button. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct. I will add also this one. We have 5 for the moment for today. Candidates for the quote of the week. And
Oh, we have another video.
okay, let's go for the video. Did you see who do we have with us?
Constantino.
Constantinos.
Hello, my friends.
Constantino. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, our dear friend. So Constantinos is back. Of course, he's been in a really tough period in the last weeks, but he's back. And by the way, I have to tell you that next week you will have a very active role in the episode because I will have to be not to be here in the episode. So you have to take care also of the Kahoot stuff and all these things.
It will be my dearest pleasure. I miss you all so much.
Wonderful.
Missed you, Costa.
I miss you too. I miss you too very much, guys.
We love you. So
Go.
I don't know if you were able to catch the discussion. We were speaking about combined NEVI. We showed this very nice paper of the IDS.
I saw.
And yeah, we had we saw a good number of cases, and now it's time for more cases by NISA, unless we have more questions. Let me see a moment. Are there any anatomical locations where combinations are not seen? Acral surface. Well, combinations on acral skin are quite rare, I have to say. In this study, I think that there were almost no lesions on acral skin. Concerning the anatomic location, I mentioned that a small difference was that combined NEVI were more frequent on the faces compared to melanoma with blue color. Something like 20 or 30% of combined NEVI were located on the face, while on the lower legs, only 10 or 14% of NEVI, while melanoma was more frequently located there. Concerning phototype, is there one predominant? That's a good question that I don't know to answer. If the prevalence of combined NEVI differs among different phototypes, do you have any idea on this?
No, no idea. No idea.
No idea.
Just in
Another
skin
quote.
of color, it sometimes looks bluish. The nevus look bluish.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. There is another quote, by the way, good friends, bad friends depends on the patterns and clues.
So it's too many candidate quotes for
Yeah.
That's very nice, very nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I suppose we can we didn't comment on the previous video. Have you been in the thermal place of Aven? This is really exactly like they explain. I mean, really, the water is a wonderful place, and the water is really going immediately into the bottle. It's incredible. By the way, Nisa, go.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's full screen. Yeah. So the patient is 25 years old, and this is a congenital nevus for sure. And she said that the one on the left side developed recently. And the whole dermatoscopic photos of the lesion. And this is the one. So the question is, would you like to excise it or not? Yes or no? This part. Let's go back.
We have a poll for the audience. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, there is a poll.
Yeah. We have poll.
Do you have a previous picture?
Yeah.
So the majority said,
Yeah.
And we also made a biopsy from that part because we know that there's a possibility of melanoma arising on a congenital nevus. But there are a lot of nodular parts in the lesion. But when I see some white lines, theoretically, we have to excise it. And according to the IDS study, the white lines is a clue for a melanoma. But histopathology was here, a combined nevus, blue nevus and a congenital nevus. There is no melanoma here. So it's a relief for the patient.
Yeah, but here, as you already commented, the optimistic feature in this lesion is that there are several
several
elevated nodular parts. So it wouldn't make sense that there is a multifocal melanoma developing.
Yeah.
Of
But
course.
the only white lines were here.
Yes, of course.
The
That's
rest
too
was-
ugly. Too ugly. Yes, too ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a 10 I think forget about it. Yeah, this is a 10-year-old boy, and this is a very typical combined nevus, right? You can see the blue nevus part and the reticular lines, superficial congenital nevus and a combined nevus. It's easy, and according to the age, patient is 10-year-old, and he's a skin type 5 patient. Maybe this can be the answer of the previous question. How about they are looking at skin of color patients?
The point here is really that in skin type 5 and 6, you see a lot of black, a lot of blue, independently from the combination. Yeah.
And this patient is relatively a fair skin type, like 2, something like that. And she is 18 years old, and the family brought a girl for this lesion appearing recently. Let's have a look at the dermatoscopy. So here are the answers. What do you think it is? Red nevus, blue nevus, combined nevus, melanoma, BCC.
Kind of reddish.
So what do you think, guys?
Okay,
I would
let's
go
have a look how the poll is going. Red, blue, combined, melanoma, BCC. Well,
Read is the best, the most voted.
well, BCC is the less.
BCC is not voted at all. But,
Yeah, so
I think
what do you think for this one?
there is something bluish here, I think.
Yeah, we have bluish periphery, and at the center we have black structureless. So maybe this can be the answer of Raymond's question. How about the combined use of schizoid spectrum? This is a combined use of red nevus and blue nevus, which is very rare, actually. So I would like to share this case with you, a rare combination.
Beautiful.
And now,
Ooh.
the question is, which one is combined nevus?
All 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, none.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Well, but yeah, that's.
So
I don't know if the answer is tough, but I mean, I know what I would vote for sure, but I don't know if it's going to be correct or not. So all.
So
1 and 3 is the most voted answer. 1 and 3.
1 and 3, yeah. So I just wonder for the ones who vote for none, what were their suggestions for this case? But maybe this is the clue. All these 3 lesions are located on the back in the middle part.
Sclerosing nevi.
Yeah. So sclerosing nevus is a great mimicker of combined nevus. There is generally a central whitish bluish part, and at the periphery it looks like the superficial part of a congenital nevus. So we should also keep in mind that these sclerodermatoid appearance sometimes is a great mimicker of combined nevus. Maybe we can discuss this topic in the.
Yes. We must.
Yeah. Because it's a new concept.
But let me tell you, Nisa, in these 3 cases, morphologically, dermatoscopically, they don't mimic combined nevi. They mimic melanoma.
Melanoma.
Developing
but
in
also
a
looks
congenital
like.
nevus. So my would be melanoma developing inside the nevus, pre-existing nevus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
actually, the name is sclerodermoid nevus with pseudomelanoma features.
Yes.
The exact name of the entity. But I think it also looks like a combined nevus.
Yes, but were they all sclerosing nevi? All of them?
All of them. All 3.
Okay.
Yeah. This was my last case.
We must speak about sclerosing nevi.
Yeah.
Because this is an entity which is not very popular and we must underline. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fantastic, Nisa. Wonderful cases.
Thank you.
Anything else? I don't see any other comments. So, since I don't see any other comments or questions, let me show you something. And by the way, now that Konstantinos is with us, he will help me to comment on this, because I want to show you something related to one of the main sponsors of Happy Hour, which is Canfield. And I will, but I will not comment again on the armamentarium, because I want.
You want? Because I love that word.
Me too, because I want to focus on some parts of this armamentarium. You know, last week, Konstantinos, we had a very nice episode, about indications for digital, for total body photography and digital dermoscopy, and we commented that, also the participants commented that in the new era that we are going, technology changes so much that it could be that things could change. I mean, that the indications might change in the future, because we will be able to do it in a much more fast and efficient way. So what I show you now fits perfectly to the discussion that we had last week. So this is the chain, let's say, the imaging chain that Canfield offers. So we have the medical record. You insert the data, you take your total body photography, which might be 3D, of course, in the case of Vectra, or 2D with the Intel Studio. Then the possibility of taking dermatoscopic images, the possibility of adding confocal images in the medical folder. That's also very interesting, and DICOM-based reporting. And then we have this magnificent software, the so-called Dermographics, which allows a lot of functions. First of all, an automatic detection of the lesions. That's very important, Konstantinos. Do you agree? I mean, that you have immediately detection where the lesions are. Huh?
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of filters the lesion based on the filters that you already have inserted, either size or morphology, heterogeneity, and it allows you to focus your attention in the lesions that stand out. Of course, it's clinical close-up, but since it's with polarized light, it allows the view of even dermatoscopic features. And I think this is the new era of total body photography. The polarized lights are of such high quality that allows you to see and envision the dermoscopic features. And accordingly, you can focus your attention there and search them on the patient in case you have not yet examined him, or in case you had already examined him but may have missed them. So it's a very useful feature.
And this becomes now even more important, better in the follow-up visit, because in the follow-up visit you have extraordinary things, which is tracking of changes, analysis of changes, which are important and which I will show you in a moment. And of course, in addition to this, you have also the automatic assessment of each dermatoscopic image. So this software works both in the 3D device and in the 2D device. I will show you just one example of each. This is the 3D cross-polarized image, of course, that you can capture with the Vectra. You see here that we can use customizable filters that display only the lesions of interest. This is extremely important in terms of time saving. And look here, the magic stuff, that you have an automatic detection of changes. Look here. In the first image, for example, you see that this lesion was entirely new. The third one, for example, changed, and you can see with the blue color the area that was not present in the previous visit. And by looking an overview, you can at a second get an information of what's going on with the other lesions. So immediately you can also compare this change as compared to the changes of other lesions. So that's great. And of course, more or less the same features in the demographics work also in the 2D visualizer. Here you can see that again the detection of changes works automatically, more or less with the same in the same way. So, that's nice, no?
Very good, very good.
Very good.
That's nice.
Very good.
Yes.
So now, what's next? I know what is coming.
Next, no, nothing.
Pascal.
We finished the episode.
It's done.
No. There are other two things very important.
You think so?
Yes. What's going on here? Balloon
You have some balloons popping up.
So the most important contributor of the Dermoscopy Happy Hour, which is Penelope, again sent us 4 wonderful gifts, one for each one of us, asking which is our diagnosis, starting as always with a smile and sweetness. Nisa, for you, we have today examination discover. Come on. Examination is flat, 4 millimeters pigmented lesion located on the right thigh. Melanoma or not, you see the clinical, and now you see dermoscopy. Okay. And the question of Penelope is if you think that this is a melanoma. Clear-cut question.
Yeah.
Do you want to take your
Melanoma.
chances? Melanoma. If I give you a second chance,
Melanoma. Always melanoma.
yeah, maybe you want to get a second. No, you don't.
And it comes from Pascal. We should
course.
be ready for a surprise.
Is it like a lesion? Because on the left side, I can see like shiny white blood and swans and maybe some ulceration, erosion,
Yes.
superficial BCC.
Yes,
And-
yes.
Yeah.
So BCC, yeah, it's not a collision, it's BCC with a pigmented part and the non-pigmented part. Of course, it looks a lot like melanoma because there are almost brown globules, and brown globules are a very strong clue for a melanocytic tumor. So it's let's say an unusual case of BCC, but always Penelope's cases are somehow tricky.
Challenging.
The free electron. Do you like your title, free electron?
I loved it since the last year. It was beautiful.
So, in very good health, leg nodule appeared a month ago, justifying a request for an emergency appointment. Of course, it's a nodule that appeared recently. What do you think and what do you do? And this is dermoscopy, quite featureful, especially in the polarized light, very featureful, a lot of white shiny lines or strands distributed almost everywhere.
It looks to me like a hemosiderotic dermatofibroma.
Dermatofibroma, yeah.
I would also think
Too much
the same.
fibrosis.
I would also think the same. Of course, this is not correct because we can never find the correct answer in Penelope's cases. But this is, let's say, equally benign to dermatofibroma. Yeah. Equally benign. It's purely benign.
Very cultured, yeah.
Epidermal cyst. Yeah. It's a ruptured epidermal cyst with a gigantocellular resorptive reaction on contact. Come on, Penelope. And there is also Penelope comments that there are complex looped vessels secondary to vascular proliferation, while when the cyst is not ruptured, then we usually see vessels that are rather BCC-like, so linear and ramified.
This is such a wonderful picture.
Yes. And of course, the white color. Fantastic. For the philosopher, we have a 27 years old with a plethora. I like very much the word plethora. Of small Clark NEVI on the back. Examination, discovery of this raised medial dorsal lesion that I had not noticed in the previous checkup. Is it a melanoma? Yes or not? What do you think?
I would say not, but this lesion must be excised.
Looks a case.
But come on, don't you think that there is a dermal nevus for sure?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
On the bottom part, for sure.
Yeah. The question is what's going on the upper part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collision of what?
Yeah, melanoma, yes or not. So the answer is that this is a dermal desmoplastic nevus.
Wow.
Irregular pattern of dots and globules in the upper part, blue vein, well, yeah, a little bit of blue, ill-defined light brown clots, linear curved vessels, milia-like cysts, terminal hair, of course, in a nevus. But in the end, we approached the answer. Yeah, we found at least 50% of the answer. That's the last one, which was for me. I have to admit that this time I was able instinctively to say immediately the correct answer because now I know it. But when I saw it, I did good. I did well this time. I mean, unlike usually that it's impossible. This time, immediately when I saw dermoscopy, I thought that this is a what?
BCC.
BCC. Okay. Good. I also had.
There's a good clinical clue there because it I think flashes. You know, when you put your dermatoscope light on it, there's a flash on the surface in basal cell carcinomas. She.
Yeah, but also in dermoscopy, I think that yeah, it's quite. There are also some vessels visible. In fact, it's not easy, but it's yeah. My preferential would definitely be basal cell carcinoma. So melanoma or not. The answer in this one is not melanoma. It's a pigmented nodular BCC. Okay, fantastic.
Wonderful.
Great cases as always.
Fantastic cases as always. So, do I miss anything, or we go to Kahoot directly?
I think it's time for Kahoot.
It's time for Kahoot, and I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the voting about the quote of the day. We have six candidate quotes for tonight.
A lot of quotes.
6. Come on. It's the first time that we have 6. And we will start. Get ready to join. The pin is going to appear in a second. Also, the QR code is going to appear in a second. Waiting for players. As usually, we will wait not much because we know that only 10 names will appear on the screen for some reason that we never understood why this is happening. I never understood why. Yeah?
Nobody knows.
But nobody cares also because eventually it works. When we start, everybody is connected immediately, so no problems.
Remember that we also have a prize for the best nickname.
Yeah, you mean best nickname in general or best nickname that will win?
The best nickname in Kahoot. So the ones who are selected every week will come to the final.
Yeah, because we have all the nicknames. It's easy to find them from the Kahoot menu.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But do we vote each week for which one is the best?
Yes, unless we have only one candidate. If we have only, but I think that both of the previous times we voted because we had more than one.
Yeah, I think you can go.
I also think I can go. Let's do it. Connection lost. No. It's not true. You see, it's not true. Positive energy. You see, it's not true. Paul, quote of the week. Guys, get ready to go.
Quote of the week.
Six candidates.
Okay.
A combined nevus is a nevus plus a nevus. If you can't make mistakes, then you can't make decisions. When a nevus is combined, don't get blind. Don't push the wrong button. When you want to diagnose a melanoma, don't push the wrong button, okay? Good friends or bad friends depends on the pattern and the clues.
Hey, it's a lot.
And the winner clearly is the first one.
Yes, combined nevus is a nevus plus a nevus.
Yeah. This is pure wisdom. Combined nevus is a nevus plus a nevus.
This let me tell you, we voted for the most, let's say, this kind of British humor, you know, this kind, this kind of British humor. It's a Nivus plus a Nivus. Good.
But it makes sense in my view.
Makes
So
sense. Makes sense.
nice. It's nice. And now we start with our cases. Unfortunately, the first clinical photo is not so high quality. It's a nodular lesion on the scalp of a man in the age of something like 60 or 65. And you can see dermoscopy, which is also quite awful. Yeah.
Well, white
Okay.
things. Yeah.
It's awful, but it's awful for everybody, so it's not unfair. So
Sunny white.
let's go to the game. Diagnosis, guys. Do you think that this is an angioma, Kaposi sarcoma, angiosarcoma, melanoma, BCC, or Merkel cell carcinoma?
So many options, Emilio.
Any options? Many options.
It makes it more difficult, actually.
I go with
many options with 19 correct answers
many.
only. 19 correct answers only. So it was pretty tough, pretty tough.
Yeah.
melanoma. We have 19 correct.
It was looking vascular.
They're looking vascular. So my
Yeah.
in the real photograph, it's even worse. It looks more vascular. So we have Ada D, Love Pro, Ali, Etienne, and Brrr in the 5 positions. Which brings us to the second question. Breslow thickness of this melanoma that we saw.
Okay. Well, so you go from 4 to 10 millimeter.
Eventually, it appears that I went from 4 to 10 millimeters. This was not my intention.
I will say 6.2.
I would say 4.2.
Yeah.
Understandable. I think so.
Oh.
Wow.
So, but it was a 7.2 thick.
Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia.
Terrible.
Mamma mia.
Was there any metastasis, Emilios, for that one?
Yes, it was already metastatic, by the way.
Mamma mia.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Which
terrible.
brings Lab Pro in the second place. Wow. Obviously, the Kahoot of today is very tough. I mean,
very tough.
Yeah.
And look, the difference between Lab Pro and the second is really high. Yeah.
So, next cases 3 and 4 belong to the same patient. This is the first lesion located on the trunk, which is pigmented. This is the second lesion located on the leg, which is not pigmented. Now we will see first the first one. That's the clinical. This is dermoscopy.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to vote now. 45 years old. Diagnosis. Nevus or melanoma?
Yeah. Predict how many will vote for the correct one.
90.
Okay, let's have a look.
89.
You are great.
Wow.
You guessed the right number.
Come on. Wow. Fantastic. So, Love Pro again. I mean, Love Pro is doing great today. Appears to be out of competition.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. That was the lesion on the leg. So as you understood from the photographs today, I decided to use photographs sent to me by others. So the quality is not the usual one, but yeah. Okay, I think still the main features are seen. So that's the interesting lesion in my view. It's located on the leg. and that's a clue. I don't say more. We go to vote. Diagnosis. Do you think that this is a nevus, a Bowen's, a BCC, or a melanoma?
Yeah. I have my vote.
When
I-
we have 2 seconds remaining, say your vote. Say.
BCC.
Bravo, Giuseppe, bravo, bravo. BCC. So BCCs located on the legs are frequently strange. Instead of displaying linear vessels as they should, they display dotted vessels and very often white, shiny strands and blotches like this one we can see here. Fantastic. Let's see what's going on with the ranking. We have a change. We have Ali. She's in the second, Love Pro in the third, Saz and Noon, which brings us to the last case for today, located on the scalp, pigmented lesion. This is dermoscopy. And the question is true or false? This is a melanoma.
Yeah. 1 cent, 2 goes to
In the 2 seconds, you can say your answer.
yeah, 1 cent goes to false.
False.
False as well.
False.
Bravi, bravi.
Why? What is this?
Secche.
It's okay.
Nevus.
Or BC.
Combined nevus.
Really?
Dermal nevus.
Wow.
Nevus.
So, ready for the
Did you
podium?
biopsy?
Huh?
Did
Yes.
you biopsy?
Yes. Yes. So, ready for the podium?
Ready,
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, we had some comments that the Kahoot doesn't work, but it appears that it was working for, I don't know, it was working for 180 people were voting. So, no, I'm not sure. Sorry if it didn't work properly. And let's see the podium. So, third place goes to Nobody 2.
Nobody.
Nobody 2.
Nobody.
Second place to Ada D. Brava
Ada.
Ada D. And the winner of the day is LEC.
LEC. Bravi, LEC.
But I have an idea who LEC might be. I don't know. Let's check if it's the one that I know. She already won a couple of times in the last season. If it's Elisa, let's see in the chat in the next minute if possible. Yes, it's Elisa.
It's Elisa. It's Elisa.
Brava.
Hi,
Congratulations.
Elisa, your microphone is off.
Oh, sorry.
Now it's
Can you
on.
hear me now? Hello.
Yes.
I'm super happy to
Really.
see you. How are you? Hola, Kala. I speak
Hola,
Tagalog.
Cala. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, congratulations. I mean, come on. You are now a winner for the third time. What? Something like this?
Yeah.
Third
Yeah.
time.
The first
Wow.
time this year. Yeah.
The first time this year. The first time this year. Okay. Fantastic.
He is also from Romania.
No,
Are
she's
you from Romania?
I'm
Italian.
from Italy.
Italian. Okay.
Yes, I'm living in Naples. I'm working now at the Istituto Nazionale Tumori Fondazione Pascale. So I'm working there.
Oh, brava, brava, brava.
And I want to thank you for all your lessons. For us, it's really inspiring, and we learn every day from you. You all are our might. So thank you very much for your effort and your passion. Thank you.
Brava, brava, brava.
Bravi.
Brava
So sweet,
Elisa.
Elisa.
Brava Elisa.
Fantastic.
Va bene, ragazzi,
Nice.
ragazzi. Despite the fact I was pushing the wrong button and Kahoot was not working properly, we succeeded to finish the episode. Bene, bene. It was very, very nice and very, let's say, very warm as usually. Ragazzi, I will miss you for an entire week.
No, I need a special question to you. Are you gonna miss me next Sunday that I will not be here?
Yeah. Emilio, this is unacceptable that you are not with us next Sunday.
And
Unacceptable.
I have another question. Did you miss me the past 2 Sundays?
Costantino.
We
Ooh,
miss you,
Costantino.
come on.
So much.
Constantinos.
Eh.
Loves.
You are in our hearts. Yeah.
Enjoy you.
More
Always.
than you can imagine.
Va bene. Thank you for all the people, all the
Love you guys.
folks following, and see you next Sunday.
Thank you
Ragazzi,
guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
baci,
you.
baci.
Bye bye.